What if evil was not something that waits in the shadows, but something that spreads like an infection, and once you see it, it is already too late? That is the horrifying foundation of When Evil Lurks, 2023, a brutal and relentless horror film that strips away all comfort and replaces it with pure, escalating dread. Unlike traditional possession stories, this film does not follow rules that offer safety. Instead, it creates a world where evil is active, contagious, and completely indifferent to human morality. From the very beginning, the film establishes a disturbing truth: there are no safe choices. Every decision leads to consequence, and every attempt to control the situation only accelerates the spread of horror. One of the most important themes in the film is helplessness. Not temporary helplessness. Systemic helplessness. Authorities fail. Communities fail. Families fail. Even basic logic fails under the weight of what is happening. This creates a world where survival is not about fighting evil effectively, but about delaying the inevitable collapse. The film's horror works because it removes all traditional rules of possession narratives. There are no clear rituals that guarantee safety, no stable understanding of how the infection spreads, and no reliable way to contain it. This uncertainty becomes the primary source of fear. Another key theme is moral decay under pressure. As the story progresses, characters are repeatedly forced into decisions where every option is wrong. Protecting one person may doom many others. Acting too late leads to disaster. Acting too early leads to misunderstanding or worse consequences. This creates a psychological trap. Morality becomes impossible to apply cleanly. One hidden layer many viewers notice is how the environment itself reflects contamination. Places that once felt ordinary slowly become corrupted, not just visually, but emotionally. The film uses sound, silence, and pacing to reinforce a sense that evil does not need to appear dramatically. It simply needs time. And time is something no one has. Another disturbing element is how the film treats ignorance. Characters who deny or delay action are not simply wrong, they become catalysts for escalation. This reinforces the idea that in this world, hesitation is as dangerous as direct exposure. The horror also works on a societal level. The breakdown of order is not caused by a single mistake, but by collective failure. Institutions meant to protect people either do not understand the threat or refuse to acknowledge its severity until it is far too late. This makes the film feel less like a contained horror story and more like a collapsing system. As the narrative moves toward its climax, the sense of control disappears completely. What begins as an attempt to manage a situation turns into survival against something that is already far beyond containment. The final act is not about victory. It is about witnessing the full consequence of delayed action and human denial. The ending of When Evil Lurks refuses to provide comfort or resolution. Instead, it leaves viewers with the understanding that evil in this universe is not defeated, it spreads until there is nothing left to resist it. That final absence of hope is intentional. Because the film's core message is not about fighting darkness. It is about how quickly denial allows darkness to win. What makes When Evil Lurks so effective is not just its violence or disturbing imagery, but its philosophy of horror, that evil does not need permission, explanation, or patience. It only needs opportunity. And once that opportunity appears, everything else becomes irrelevant. If you enjoyed this analysis and ending explained, don't forget to subscribe to Movie Story Recaps, like, share, and comment which horror movie you want next.